right. Clean, no effects, anything Strat. Just plug straight into the clean side of a Monterey. So this is dry, man. This is as dry as it gets. You can hear how glassy that EF86 is on the top. I apologize for my cold old hands. Haven't played much guitar this week. Give it a little bump. Little digital distortion in there, isn't there? Let me see what I got going here on my board. My pseudo board. Hold on a second. A little bit of cringy digi distortion. Digi distortion's the worst. Let's see. Redlining on the monitor bus, but that shouldn't matter. It's always a moving target when you're live streaming, man. Anyway, totally different this time. This is just dry. I'm literally just one cable right into a Monterey. It's a cool sound, I think. So these are the Ron Ellis 64s that I just put in this guitar a few weeks ago. Just for vocabulary, change. I have 3 Strats and they all sound really different. These are just glassy. They totally do the thing. That thing. And I'm way too clean for that, but you get it. You can kind of hear that good 60s Strat thing in there. After all the jacks are in the boxes. Right? Anyway, how are you guys? I'm going to keep it short today because I got a lot of stuff going on. Good things. What I promised and the teaser was tell you what's going on with 65. So I'm just waiting on some final numbers on cabinets. And then I will have a price list based off of that very soon after. Days after that. And then it's, going to dealers and saying, hey, would you like to buy some? And I have a lot of verbal commitments already. I just have to get it rolling, right? But I can't do that until I know exactly what it's going to cost me. So I can go to dealers and say, you know what, I made a mistake. I can actually lower the price on this. Everybody's cool with that, of course. But I cannot go to dealers and say, hey, you know what, I made a mistake. I got to raise prices. And they tell me go to hell. So I'm just playing through an IR of a, Marshall 412. There's other IRs on here, and I need to get into the software. I think I figured out how to do it now. But like, there's this. I do not like. Plus the level's way down, so I need to get into their software and adjust all this. I know there's a ton of adjustments and a ton of mics, and which is not there. I think that's supposed to be like a Fender or something, and then there's supposed to be an Alnico Blue, but that does not sound like an Alnico Blue to me. Very muffled, right? And then what else? I mean, it's a ton of verb. I guess I could go back to the... But I need to adjust that. That doesn't sound right. I don't know what this last one is. But anyway, let's go back to the Marshall 412, which is kind of home base for me anyway. I'm not pushing it at all. I'm just on the cleanest side of the Monterey. This is a really great pedal platform. I don't have pedal board hooked up. I've been doing a lot of stuff outside the house with my pedal boards and cables and stuff, and I didn't have time to plug it back in. I'm sorry. And since I have to keep the show short tonight, or today, or tonight, depending on where you are. I like that just for a good rock and roll rhythm sound. I'm hearing crunchy digital distortion in here. I don't know if you guys are hearing that. So these are very vintage sounding pickups that are low output. So they're not like big hard drive in Texas, special. Even though you can totally do the... And go back down to, that sort of big, heavy Stevie. There's not much amp action happening here, just clean. That's, so part of the problem is no matter what I play, somebody says, hey man, I wish you would do more of this and less of that. So if I do more of this, and then somebody says, I want you to do less of that. And if I do more of that, people say, I want you to do less of that. So one of the things that I get criticized for is not playing clean. So today it's just dry and clean, man. We're doing nothing but clean. Did you get the idea, man? It's a... Let's see. Let's turn the volume down and get a little more bump. Old Strat sound with these pickups. Very old Strat sound. Not a modern Strat sound, which I think is a compliment, right? I don't have my pedal board here, so I have my headstock tuner. Which I need to touch this thing up real quick. Sorry. Is the battery going dead or what's up here? Anyway, what's on your mind, fellas? Tell me a good story. I don't see any comments yet. Which makes me worry that something's wrong with StreamYard. The only time that happens is when something is wrong. Is everything okay? Check, 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 1, 2. I guess I check my text message. A lot of you guys just text me when something's up. Hey, Javier Sueda, how are you, buddy? Hey, Michael the Temple. How are you, buddy? How you feeling, man? Good, I hope. Hey, this is kind of for you, man. I'm playing clean. I can get really clean here. Ross Thompson over in England. How are you, buddy? Michael Branson. Don't worry, be happy. Good. I like that. That's a good sentiment. Tim Galbraith. Hey, how are you, buddy? Nope, all good. Sounds great. Good. Yeah, I got to cut it short today. We got a lot of stuff going on, one of which is I have a daughter graduating from college this weekend. So we got some stuff to do. Working harder than normal today. All right, Rob. But these are definitely, as you can tell, they're nice. They're low output and very rich. But you give the amp a little heat. If I had my pedal board, I could really show it off more. But I just wanted you to hear it straight, clean one day. Man, I'm still hearing some weird distortion that is not the amp. I think it's... I'm overdriving something? Probably just my headphones, I think. That's what it looks like. Are you guys hearing any digital distortion? Mazel tov! Aw, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm kind of brimming with pride to the point where I have to shut up. Thank you, Tim. It says, hooray for the parents. Another one out of the best. Yeah, congrats on the graduation. Thank you. Yeah. We're all super proud. It's my oldest daughter, so. First of many graduations we're all going to, of course. Michael Branson says, brag all you can, Dan. Do it while you can. Yeah. You know, the credit goes to my daughter. She's the one that gets all the glory. I'm just a support staff kind of person, you know. Yeah, I'm just happy to help. Happy to be part of it. But I am overflowing with pride. I'm very proud of both my daughters, actually, extremely proud. And to the point where I have to shut up because they think I'm weird. Do they use, what is that? Elgar's pomp and circumstance. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, I know I don't know. This is my first graduation at this university, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll have to see. So there's 2 graduations. There's the big cattle call one at the football stadium on Saturday, and then the departmental one on Monday. lot of fret noise and stuff out of this microphone, my vocal mic, but let's see, I can just cut. Yeah. There, huh? You heard Peter? I belong long way from here. Man, sometimes I really feel that. Yeah, that's kind of it, right? Of course, it's that's a Telecaster in a modified tuning, but I'm just trying to fake it on a Stratocaster in standard tuning. Song still works, it's just cowboy chords. Anyway, fun pickups, fun guitar. 65 is moving, man. I'm literally just at third base, trying to get home right now, waiting on numbers. I think we're going to use Habor on a lot of this, but we are going to offer Mercury as well. Price will be a little different for Mercury, probably. I went out there and had a meeting with the new owners, and it went really well. So there's a chance we might be able to keep Mercury in the amps at reasonable prices, which is, yay, good news. I got the hiccup. Sorry, I'm trying to hold it in. So I really got to wrap it up here in about 12 minutes. You guys got any questions or thoughts or ideas or... How's it go? Man, I got to relearn all these Hendrix songs. It's such an insult to play them incorrectly. How does it go? Anyway, Javier, will the Mercury Magnetics transformers be like the Blue Line or the Red Line? Blue Line, the Red Line amps did not have Mercury in them. Good question. The Red Line amps had Magnetic Components Transformers, which is a now defunct company out of Chicago. They did not survive COVID, unfortunately. It's a shame. They made really good transformers, and they were a really good price. Some of them we still have on our little collection back in the shop. And go, this one sounds great. Haas says, are y'all going to get a nice bottle of fizz for the sale? Oh, yeah. We're going to go to a nice restaurant for dinner. Since we're up there kind of in wine country, right? You know, we're right there across the bay is Napa and Sonoma. This is San Francisco Bay, right? Those are just north of San Francisco. And Berkeley is where we are, which is just across the bay. And... close to wine country. So that means you have lots of good wines to choose from, and they're not as expensive as they are down here in LA. Man, that's as clean as it gets. Go sitting on the dock. That's right. Right next to Oakland, too. It's quite a contrast. So that's so clean, man. I don't want to hear anybody talking about, Dan, you never play clean. Can't get any cleaner than this. Josue Mancia, how are you, buddy? Hey, nice to see you. Man, I need to get down and come visit you guys. Seriously, that'd be great. Just trying to avoid Haas, that's a good reference, man. You're really a Yankophile, aren't you? Doesn't that almost sound like it has chorus on it? Oh, one of the things I wanted to share with you, Josue, thanks for dropping in, buddy. I need to come down and visit. The whole thing we were trying to do together got blown up because Guitar Center changed hands. I'll explain it in person. But anyway, one of the things I wanted to share with you guys is I changed the springs on this guitar. There's a company called Raw Vintage, and they make saddles too. These are their saddles. I'm going to put them on a different guitar. But they make springs. They use a really, really nice steel. This guitar had the Callahan springs, the German stainless steel 1, 2, 3, we have ways to make your spring. And it was a little snappy. It was a little crisp. Now I put these in this guitar. It all suddenly plays better. It's just really flexible and cooperative now. And it has changed the tone for the better. Hey, Chad Williams, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, man, I'm going to sign out here in about 7 minutes. So, Josue, let's get a lunch together with John and Jennifer and get caught up. Does that sound good? I'd love to come back down. Oh, Rob Price, you've been using these springs for a while, so you are hip. What do you think of them? I noticed a difference before I even plugged the guitar in. All of a sudden, it's just like, now it's one of those really, really cooperative strats. And then the tone is a lot more... I guess vintage is the class way to say it. Makes the guitar sound a lot less like a modern Strat. Yeah, they do mellow the guitar out. That's, I had the whole Callahan set, right? With I still have the bridge and the block are still Callahan. But it was good. I really liked it, but it made it sound more modern than I want. Now it's just kind of compliant. Does that sound? Less jumpy in your face, We've all gotten used to these really high five, strong strats, which is good. I like that sound too. Because this guitar has the Callahan bridge set and Michael DeTemple's Mastodon nut, which really brings the guitar out. It doesn't really make it so much more forward, but it just fleshes it out, I think this was the missing thing. Because this guitar had these pickups in it for a long time, right? I've got the Jason Lawler's Dirty Blondes, which are great pickups. I was just ready for a change after 17 years, right? You might have I only have 3 springs right now. I do the the 3 springs concentrated in the middle, spread out from the sides down the triangle. That's what I had with the Callahan springs. 5-spring guitars to me get a little, I like a loosey-goosey Strat. I like one where I can, I want that, Just bend the crap out of it, right? I really like that. And I'll come back with a proper setup of amps. But anyway, you get the idea. I highly recommend. They're not very expensive either. 20-something bucks. I don't have the springs here, but. But I do have to go here in like 3 minutes. So thanks for dropping in. I'm sorry it's a short one. I'm sorry it's been a couple weeks since I've been here. I've been out working, having meetings that are all pointed in the right direction. Like things are good. It's really tough these days because massive inflation is scaring a lot of people. Even my pricing is subject to change because of fuel costs now, right? So everything that we eat, everything that we consume, everything that we use, almost every single thing we buy gets here via diesel. So whether it's on a ship or a train or a tractor trailer, it's diesel. And diesel's through the roof right now. Here in LA, it's $8 a gallon. So that has a trickle-down effect on you and I that's unavoidable. And so it's making everybody just be really cautious. I want to see how this all turns out. Hopefully this war that nobody can explain ends soon. What is going on? Darla, what are you doing? So anyway, I'm just trying to get it all nailed down. I mean, I can build in a little bit of a fudge factor and maybe drop prices later, but I hate doing that because it's just not honest. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. So last Thursday and the Thursday before, I kind of had last minute meetings of, hey, can you run down to Long Beach and meet with this guy? Yes, I will do that. It was really good. So anyway, and then I'll be back next Thursday for a full show. And I will have the graduate daughter in tow, and I'll have both my daughters home, which is fantastic, just for the summer, though. So I don't think I can ever get them to come on and say hi, but you have to take my word for it. Anyway, it's 12:29. I need to go. Any last-minute thoughts or questions you guys want to address? Thanks for dropping in. Again, I'm sorry it's brief, and I literally just wanted to play clean because I hear so many people tell me, you never play clean. I just want to hear you play clean. I want to hear the amp just in its raw, clean state. So there you go. That's a Monterey, which is basically a Stone Pony. It's the same thing, only the Stone Pony has 7591s. And so what I'm trying, I might convert this over just for fun so you can hear it, because we're going to resurrect the Stone Pony and the Little Elvis, and working on Transformers right now. Matter of fact, I got to go out to Mercury and pick up another one. So quiet bunch today. I know I don't have a lot to offer, but we had a nice crowd. The numbers here are good. So I really appreciate you guys, and I'm sorry for being gone, and I'm sorry for being so brief. Enjoy the kids. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, this is it really honestly just seems like 6 months ago we took her up there and moved her into a dorm room, even though she didn't live in dorms for very long. It doesn't seem like that long ago. Time is a you-know-what. Have a grand day and a splendid week, and I hope you have a wonderful time at the graduation. Thank you, Haas. I'll post, for those of you that are friends, I'll post a few pictures on Facebook. I don't know how to describe how good I feel about all this. It's really cool. Both my kids do me so proud, and I almost get a little weepy. Anyway, I love you guys. I got to run. Again, I apologize for being short. I wanted to make sure I came in and said hello. And I'll see you next Thursday, hopefully with improved news of progress. Okay, last call. I'm saying goodbye. All right. Love you, mean it. Take care.